I'm using a simple, Excel. Okay. Can somebody give me a topic? Can somebody help me with a topic where, let us say, we are supposed to write about a topic? Can somebody come about a generic topic that everybody should be able to relate to?
Can I?
Yeah, please, anyone here.
How to insert a document in a Word as an object?
How to insert
a document in a Word
file. Okay, okay.
As an object.
Okay, this is okay. Okay, fine. I am okay with it. Not a problem. But can we make it more generic, more chilling? It is very technical. I understand. We'll consider that. Anything very common where it will also give you a break from normal technical writing. Let us say, okay. Let us say we are writing about an article about, let us say, fitness. Is that okay?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, it's a generic topic. Why I'm choosing this is that we should also be able to cover all the elements of the structures of a document. We should give more energy, and it should be very generic to everybody. Okay, what I think you suggested, how to insert a file in a Word file, is okay. We will still be able to do that. But I think once we do this exercise, we'll be able to apply that to any of the topic. Okay, so I say, or let me say outdoor fitness. Let us be specific. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just merge the center, and I'll, let us say, can you see this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, I will not get into too much into. Okay, let us say we have to write an article on outdoor fitness. Everybody is there. I mean, is anybody finding this session boring or irrelevant? Please raise your hands and warn me. I'm okay with it. Are we going okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So the topic is outdoor fitness. What I'm trying to show you here is we'll try to create some structure here. Okay, no big deal. No prizes for guessing how to write. What I will do is, let us say I will say I'll say here, I'll try to create a sequence. Okay, I'm just thinking on the fly. Okay, there's nothing pre-planned, so I'm just trying to take a random topic and trying to create structure. Let us see how it comes out. With a sequence, I'll tell you. Let us say, for example, let us give a name. Sequence is introduction, for example. Got it? The first, in a sequence, how are we going to sequentially give a flow to our document, right? So in a sequence, let us say, first of all, what it will come is introduction. Okay. Then let us say, I'll give some space here. I'll say, okay, introduction, let us say, body 1. So once we have given the introduction, we'll talk about something about the content. So let us say body 1. And let us say, I'll say body 2, right? Then let us say we will talk about, see, I'm just, as we are picking the topic, I'm thinking on the fly, okay? Just to, how can the structure be? And this is all permutation combination, okay? Some iteration, we may want to go back and change something and come back. We are only trying to create a structure to the document, even before really started writing. I'm not even starting scribbling about anything, okay? You see, I know what I have to write. I have not even thought about what I will write in outdoor fitness. I'm just trying to create a sequence. I'm just trying to create a structure of this document, first of all. That will help you to create the sections that you're going to write about. That itself is actually trying to give a shape to your content. Okay? You obviously, when you write scribbling, no, invariably you'll start about writing an introduction, correct? So instead of directly getting into an introduction, start writing and run out of ideas, what we are doing, we are putting the same effort to first give the structure to your document, and then we will fill the gaps. Introduction you will write, then maybe you'll talk about in a body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2. Let us say then you say, or let us say body 1 is enough. Let us say types of outdoor fitness. Okay, this is my sequence. Then you'll say
benefits.
Okay, out of that, let us say most popular. most popular fitness activities, right? Then I would say, let us say challenges in your fitness. Then I'll talk about benefits, let us say. Then I'll say, let us say, latest trends. Okay. Then I'll say conclusion. Okay. Now, what I've done is I just try to create a flow. So what I'll say is, okay, my document will look like, okay, we'll start with an introduction. I will write something about the body in this document. Then I'll try to cover what are the different types of fitness, outdoor fitness. Then we'll also try to speak about something, the most popular fitness activities that are running around the town. Then we'll also talk about some challenges and benefits. And we'll also see what are the latest trends. Then maybe a conclusion on that, right? So you already have, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sections. You've already compartmentalized. Okay. Now introduction, let us say when you say sequence, then you create certain sections called, what should I say? Keywords I will write, right? What happens is, it is normally, if at all we are not used to writing on the go, on the fly, when we start ourselves, right, this is one of the activities that, we had developed within our team. Whenever we used to get new joinees, or to give them a practice to write about, to get into the gear, we used to use this style at Infosys very popularly. And it is very basic and, fun also to do. And it's very light to adapt. Okay. So let us say, I'll say keywords. Now, let us say when you use introduction, can you please give me some keywords which you can write into introduction? Any, I mean, random, okay? Just a fun activity. Okay. What is outdoor? I'm just sitting scribbling, okay, here for why fitness. Okay. Okay, I'm just talking, I'm just taking this random points, okay? Fine. So I will add, let us say whatever comes to my mind, I'll be able to, you want to write about introduction, what else you want to write? Okay, okay, I leave it. Let us say I'm running out of my ideas, I just leave it here. Then I say of the body, okay? Importance I will write, okay? Then I will try to create, let us say, I will write about importance of the outdoor fitness. Then what I can write, when I'm actually trying to write about the outdoor fitness, what can I write about? I can write about its importance, or
equipment, sir.
Or even before I write about this, I say as this last practice. I would to talk about that. This practice is almost getting lost. Then I'll say benefits. Then what else? Somebody said
Equipments.
huh? Requirement. Did you say requirement?
Equipments, I said, sir. So it's almost the same.
Okay. Requirements. Why? Okay, we have covered that already. Okay. So you see, I'm trying to write about why, but I see this, I have already covered this point here. Why fitness? Or why, what is outdoor? Okay. So what I'll try to create is, let us say, I also try to add, let us say, small incident, right? Or let us say, see, it is always good to start with a storytelling if you want to really engage the audience. So what I will do is, now it has come to my mind that okay, I should be right about a small incident. Now how about putting a small incident, let us say instead of here, I move this, let us say here itself. Okay. Well, now what I'll do is I've created a separate point for that, because I stress for it. Okay, let us say I'll create an incident, or I'll narrate an incident to really get the user engaged and make this content really engaging. Right? You understood? I tried to write about this in this section, maybe in the body, but I realized that if I move this maybe to introduction, it will give me a good start also. I'll give me some momentum also to go about, and it will also help to get the user engaged in this. Right? Then I talk about requirements here, and let us say I talk about expenses also. What are the expenses covered in this, and what are the let us say I want to talk about weight loss also here. Then I want to talk about stamina here. Then I want to talk about let us say what health here. I want to talk about how it is good for kids also, and how it is good for working professionals. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is, I'm actually trying to put all the points which are coming to my mind randomly. I have actually not started writing. Correct? Okay. Then you can say outdoor fitness, the types of outdoor fitness. You can say, for example, trekking, cycling, team, team fitness, or you can say individual fitness. Okay. Then you can say aqua fitness, or you can say rhythm fitness. You can say sports fitness. Okay, these are all the keywords you are writing about, and you are putting them under a particular category. Let us say most popular fitness activities. Anything that comes to your mind which is catching up these days? Skipping.
Yoga. Yeah.
Skipping is one thing which is catching up very well. They are possibly trying to introduce this sports maybe in the coming Olympic also, and it has huge advantage in fact. Okay, it is very easy. It requires very less space. You don't need too many people here. It can be individual also. It can be simple as the normal skipping. It could be as complex as break skipping and the jump skipping and skipping while sitting and all that. One leg skipping and all that. Okay. So let us say most popular fitness activities. You might want to talk about this. And challenges in outdoor fitness is, let us say, expensive. Okay, so field. It requires fields. Okay, it requires many people. Let us say you want whatever. And benefits, definitely you can put many, and the latest trends. Okay, so what I'm trying to see is here we are trying to create the keywords here. Why? I'll tell you why these keywords are required. Generally, you tell me. I'm giving a logic to this approach. Generally, a paragraph, how many lines will be there? In general, in a paragraph, how many lines will be there? How many sentences will be there?
3 to 4.
Okay, 3 to 4 will be maybe, let us say 2 less. Let us say you're writing an article. Let us say 5 to 6 sentences.
Okay.
Or even 6 to 8 sentences. Okay. So just imagine, that means that even if you have good 8 keywords, right? Listen to me. Assuming that we want to write, let us say, around 8 sentences in each paragraph, even if I'm able to get good 8 keywords here, that means I'm done with one paragraph. So even without spending any effort on actual writing, even if I'm able to write, the keywords here, and form one sentence each on on those each of the keywords. I think I'm done with that paragraph. Correct? I'm talking about simple maths here, even before we try to write. So what I will do is I will try to cover, let us say 8 keywords here. You might want to say whether you want to write 8 or 10 or 12, whatever it is there, or you might even want to combine 2 keywords and write one sentence for them. Right? Let us say, for example, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 keywords I have. Ideally, if I'm able to write one sentence on each of these keywords, my paragraph body 1 will be complete. Right? Similarly, I can add body 2 to it also. If I see that something is missing, instead of actually writing and putting your effort here, or you might want to do also a research here. The other way is, instead of doing just like this, you try to do some research here. Try to add the sequence or the topics here the way you would find. Let us say you want to write and you are doing some research. You have no clue. You keep this Excel ready, do some document there, try to add the the topics here as per your this one. So you might want to, let's say, introduction 1, introduction 2, so that you know that, okay, or you might also want to say, let us say, you have found, what I will do is, what I will do is, outdoor fitness, an article I want, okay, I'll do article on outdoor fitness, okay, why outdoor is good, blah, 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 whatever it is. Outdoor exercise can boost the body, mind, and mood. Okay, so what I'll do is, let us say I have found something interesting. I'll take this copy. Okay, what I do is I insert here. Then let us say I first of all give a reference here. So under this reference, all these are coming. Okay, I might want to create one more. Let us say one more link here. 7 benefits. Experience life. Okay, I want to see, let us say, outdoor training for fun and fitness, for example. Okay, so I take this link from the browser and try to create this also, and whatever is appearing here, I will try to cover as an introduction. Under the introduction, I will try to create this, and then okay, I get one number here, one word here, that is fun on outdoor fitness. Right? So I have added one more keyword here. That means one additional sentence on this. Okay. Let us say effect. Okay. I want to also write here. I want to bring that effect on our health. Okay. We may want to change the sequence here. Let us say I want to say lost practice. Okay, today, the outdoor activities have become extinct. We are getting, used to the indoor fitness in terms of gym or Zumba dance or whatever it is. So you see that, you'll be able to format your content here itself. You have all the references here. You'll be able to give the topics to that, and you'll be able to add the keywords to that. And once your keywords are ready, you can actually keep these keywords and these titles in front of you. Let us say like this. Where is gone? Okay, I'll keep this in front of me like this. Let us say, and I open a Word document and I start writing based on the the keywords I have. I simply look at these keywords. Say introduction. Let us say I open this document. Okay, then let us say. Now I start writing. Okay, so what I do is I spend a good amount of time on actually framing the structure here itself. Whatever I want, whatever I don't want, I do the research and I include the keywords here, include the topics as much I want. Okay, maybe go back to my research here, take other benefits of outdoors. You have benefits here. Let us say summary, ideas of outdoor training, intervals and circuits, body weight training. So this you can include in, let us say, types of body fitness. Okay, let us say types of outdoor fitness. Trekking, let us say I want to also talk about body weight training. Right? So you see that, I'm trying to get the keywords out of it. And on those lines, even if I'm able to write one sentences each, you are actually getting done with paragraph. And slowly when you start building up on these paragraphs, you will have some kind of form of your document coming up. And based on that, you can add and modify again. If you feel that, maybe 2 paragraphs are enough, you can leave it. Or if you know 2 paragraphs are not enough, one more paragraph, if I put in a body, this content will look more matured. You might want to put there one more and include it here, right here, right? Or if you want to have some kind of categories of the types of the outdoor fitness, you might want to do that here. Okay, so this is actually a best practice to start with. What this will do is, this will help you focus on the structure of the document first, instead of getting into the content, and you might even run out of your ideas. And it is very difficult to do research and write at the same time, right? Because your focus will be on writing and not do the research. So when you are creating the structure, the skeletal document, like this, just do your research and whatever your inputs are there. And always, keeping this links also will give you, will help you to go back. That is, if you leave it tomorrow, leave it today and want to go back tomorrow, you already have these references. Okay, so this will help you to form kind of a Bible. This will help you to start with. The biggest challenge to start writing is to really start getting writing to it. You run really out of ideas. We try to simply, fill the space, add one more sentence which does not make any sense. That is because we do not have too many. We do not have enough ideas, enough context, and flavor to it. We might end up writing the same thing about each and again just because we know a bit more about a particular topic. Let us say we know more about let us say types of outdoor fitness. We will know many body weight fitness, trekking, cycling, swimming, running, whatnot, cricket, all sorts of games. So we will tend to write more and more about it. So when you actually write about it, in a flow, you start writing more and more about it. And then when the documents come out, you will feel that, this part is really coming very heavy. This has almost 4 paragraphs, whereas this particular, let us say 4 most popular fitness activities, this has only 1 paragraph. So your content may look unbalanced. So to avoid all the effort that you are put here, if you are able to focus on this, that is, if you have 4 days to write content, even if you spend half a day to create this structure entirely, do entire research, pick this, I bet half of your job is done. Then your job is only, let us say, to weave your sentences, 1 sentence each on each of the keyword, or maybe you can combine 2 keywords and form 1 sentences, right? So it will actually help you give a shape to your content very easily. This is one of the topic that I have found very useful. And this normally you will not find this topic, this technique anywhere. Nothing big or nothing great about this technique, but this is very, very practical, very helpful, very simple, and straightforward. Okay, right. So this is one thing which is very, very practical, which will help you to really get started on writing. Okay. Any questions on this? Somebody was asking that somebody is not able to write precisely. Who was that? Ambika?
Yes, sir, it was me.
Ambika,
At
right?
times I feel very cluttered. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, that is cluttered. See, that becomes cluttered. See, as a human being, we are not expected to know, the good amount of information on all the topics, right? You may have, let us say, good amount of information on let us say, terracotta jewelry.
Yeah, yes.
Right? But let us say you are expected to write about modern arts or digital art.
Right.
It is quite possible that we don't know much, but still, let us say we are supposed to write about it. What will we do? We'll start scribbling only.
Yeah.
Right? And we do not have anything to hold upon wherein we can build our content. So it will get cluttered. And at the same time, when we really want to write something, to fill the gap or to fill the blank page, or at least to fill, the blank word, we start typing something without any, without holding any pole, or without actually knowing what is there at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Right. So this, what will give you, at least it will give you a step by step, at least something to hold on, some grip, at least 1 step it will give you. I'm not saying that you will be able to come out of with an outstanding article using this. But
Right.
this is definitely guiding you, and this approach is definitely better than simply randomly writing. I mean, there may be people. I mean, once you really become very good at writing, the things will flow. But this is something which is very good. At least I found it very, very useful and worth effort spent.
Very true.
Right? Even like you have not written even a single sentence, but it helps you to at least understand where I'm going.
Yeah.
Right? It will give you, okay, you have so much of this, and you might even want to write, let us say, you're expected to write, let us say, 1,000 words. Okay, I say, boss, okay, I write, let us say, about 80 words here. Okay,
Yes.
in the first body, I let us say 120 words here. Then I again, let us say, I write 100 words here. Right? Right? I write, let us say, again 80 words here. Right?
Yeah.
Then I sum up with this letter, and I let us say I come to know this. Okay, boss, this is coming at 1,800 words. This is not required.
Right.
Right? Then you can go back and you trim it here. Let us say, okay, I don't want here. I want only 75 words here.
Yeah.
Or let us say I want more here. Let us say I say 100 here. Right? And then you say, okay, instead of 1,000, it's coming 1,650.
Yeah.
Then you again do some iteration. You say, okay, 1,585. It's still okay. Okay, 1,560 words. It's still okay. Or even if you go about, that is 1,600 words, that is still okay.
True.
Right? Plus minus 100 words.
Yeah.
Right? So it will actually give you some structure. Okay, see, you might want to devise your own strategy or the own way. But this is very, very simple. The most basic. That it's a foolproof. You will not fail on this.
I really need to try this while writing drabbles. Just precisely 100, and it's always beyond 100. And in the editing, I'm just into a fix when I do that way, scribble and tone it down.
Yeah. That's see, it is
Especially in drabbles.
you're actually forcing yourself to stick to this. This
True,
is like
true.
a matrix.
Yeah.
Right? Okay? If you do this, I'll tell you, you'll go to sleep peacefully.
Very true.
Right? Okay, boss, I have a skeletal. The only thing I need to do is maybe revise on something, these keywords maximum, and start writing one sentence each on that keyword. You're done.
True. And it's more like you have the bones and you just need to add some flesh to the content.
You simply have to add the flesh to it. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you have all these, normally what happens, while we do research, in the heat of it, in the excitement, we do so much of research, but we hardly, collate that somewhere.
Yeah, tell me about
it. Get lost. Then you see, oh, I had read this somewhere. I don't know where I have read it. Somewhere it is lost. You just catch on the links there. You do some references and make a note of it. In one Excel, you are done. Right. So this is one of the topics to really start. This gives you a good practice, and you can always keep a let us say I also name this. Let us say fitness. So this is always there with you, and when let us say how good or how bad you have performed, you can actually get to know from this, and maybe when the next time you write, you can always go back. Let us say let us say I want to write about article 2, some other article. I will always have something to learn from this activity and apply this to article 2. Right? So only in one Excel workbook, how much you want to write, 100, 200, 1,000 articles, you keep on adding to it. Right? So try this article. I mean, maybe from the next assignment, whatever we do, let us try to apply this principle.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. I hope this helps, Ambika.
Yes, sir. Indeed, very much. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes. And rest of the folks?
Yes, sir. It is very useful.
Okay. Fine. Now let us do one thing. Let us go back to our dashboard. And we are actually on the third session today. So that means that we should be actually looking into module 3. Okay. Module 3 is nothing but about report writing. Now, there are various types of writing. Now, when we talk about really, technical writing, there are a few types of the content that we talk about. So can we please spend some time, or can each one of you tell me one type of writing, one type of content That can be technical in nature, technical writing.
Medical writing, sir.
Okay, good. Medical writing. Yes.
Academic writing.
Software writing.
Sorry, software writing.
Yes, sir. IT software.
Finance.
No. What is meant by software writing? What in software?
Probably she meant to say app documentation or software documentation.
No. I'll tell you. Whether it is user writing, that is user manual, or it can be administrator manual, or it can be training manual, or it can be a developer manual, or it can be an API documentation. It can be a UX documentation. Okay, the software can have so many. I mean, let us try to be specific. Okay, now when that we are talking about technical writing, let's try to be very specific. Okay, software document is very big. Okay, that is if you are talking, if you want to write about Zoom, Zoom is a software, right? What would you write? Would want to write? You want to write an end user document, or you want to write a maintenance document, or you want to write an installation document, or you want to write a customization document, or you want to write an implementation document, right? Or you want to write a specification document. It could be anything, right? So nothing. I'm not trying to discourage anyone. I'm just trying to open up as much I want, and just push a lot of ideas to you so that you start at least thinking about it. Steffi said something. Steffi, was that Bollywood documentation? Is it?
Yeah, I'm planning to write one.
Script writing, right?
Yeah.
Script writing is very important. In fact, it is very challenging, and it is very, very helpful and very, very lucrative. Script documentation normally helps when you need to create e-learnings, right? Let us say I want to create, or let us say you want to create an e-learning module on content writing, right?
Yeah.
It is very difficult, right? If you don't have a script, you will end up talking all sorts of nonsense, maybe the way I am talking now, right? I don't have a script, right? So maybe this is because the interactive session, there is a scope of me talking about anything back and forth going, doing this, doing that. But when you're trying to create an e-learning document, it has to be very precise, right? You need to know what you're writing. You need to know the flow. You need to have the exact content that you're talking about. So that is called script writing. Let us say if you expect, let us say on the same session, if I'm supposed to create a tutorial on technical writing, do you think the way I am interacting with you will be the same in while I create an e-learning document?
No, sir.
It will be totally different, right? Then I need to have some structure. I need to have a script. Or you go to any of the of the e-learning content which are good. Let us say from Simply Learn or UN Academy, or there's so many others. This one, no. Go through any e-document. E-learning tutorial. You will see, they are so crisp. There is no stammering. There is no pause. They are not even thinking what they are talking. That is because they have a script ready in front of them. Right? How much ever expert we are in a certain topic, but if you want to create an e-learning tutorial out of it, script is a must. Otherwise, it will go haywire. The tutorial will go, this will be ransacked. It will go simply anywhere. So what I'm trying to say is, Joseph, the script writing is very lucrative. Okay. Or let us say, a CEO wants to deliver a message to their employees. Let us say you have a fabulous year in terms of sales and revenues and growth, and the company is performing fabulously. Okay, then let us say you give, even Mr. Modi has a script of speech, right? Even the great speaker, whether it is Abraham Lincoln, Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, whoever you talk about, Shashi Tharoor, Amitabh Bachchan, Sachin Tendulkar, you take Steffi Graf, you take Roger Federer, you take any damn people will have some script in some or the other way. Script doesn't mean that you need to take a piece of paper and read into it. No, even if the script which is actually pre-prepared and you are prepared on that, that is a kind of script. Right. So I'm talking about one kind of document. Okay, let me not get into too much into it. It can be content writing. It can be case studies. It can be white paper writing. It can be report writing. It can be ghost writing. Right. It can be blog. It can be technology blog. Right. So all these are kind of types of writing. So we will focus on one kind of technical writing, and that could be, let us say, is report writing. So we'll quickly go through what is report writing. Okay, we have hardly some 15 minutes. Okay, we'll try to cover up this module quickly in terms of report writing. Okay, I have something ready, so that will help us actually to cover some good grounds. Okay, I have taken this, I have taken this as a reference from, I don't know, I have taken this reference from one of the websites. I think that is 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑. Has anybody heard about 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑? Or 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑, whatever.
No.
Not? You have not heard about, okay, has anybody heard about Canva?
Yes, sir.
See, 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑 or 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑 is normally, a platform for design templates, infographic and everything. Like simply it is Canva. It is something like Canva.
Okay.
Okay. So while I just wanted to talk about something that you may have ready-made templates here. If you see, if you go here, you have so many templates here. You have presentation, templates on presentation, charts and map, infographics. Let us say infographics. I'm a big fan of infographics. What is infographics? Graphics covering information. Let us say if you want to talk about fitness, let us say, and you want to give a flyer, only a poster, right? You might want to use this infographics, or you want to, let us say if you talk about, let us say the body parts, you want to use this, or let us say if you want to talk about, let us say heart, you might want to talk about this infographics. You don't really have to have too many pages. Only one flyer, you will be able to do this, right? So this is infographics. Okay, so let's quickly get into my document. Okay, so what I'm declaring is that this content I have taken from 𝐦𝐸𝒐𝒑, but definitely I'll give you maybe a reference for this also. Okay, what is report writing? I'll quickly read and we'll discuss about any point required. See, a report writing is a written document on something that one has observed, heard, done, or investigated. It is a systematic and well-organized presentation on facts and findings of an event that has already taken place somewhere. See, I am taking this specifically because all of us, as a part of our profession, are supposed to produce report in some or the other way, right? Let us say if you are working on a project, your manager comes and says, okay, can I please have a report on this? Can you please produce a report, a small report on this, how to write, right? Or let us say if you are to sales and marketing of certain products, we have adopted a certain strategy for, let us say, 1 quarter, let us say coming 3 months. And at the end of the 3 months, let us say, your boss wants to understand, that how we have fared in the last 3 months. Can you please produce a report, right? And people get started, will get shaking, how to write a report here and all that. Okay, now reports are used as a form of written assessment to find out what you have learned from your reading, research or experience, and to give you the experience of an important skill that is widely used in the workplace. So this is basically to put forward whatever, the status of your current work is. Okay, there are few, good practices for writing a report. This is adherence to specification of the report brief. Adherence to specifications, let us say if you are producing this, let us say if you are producing a report for sales and marketing, what would be, the specifications? What would be the normal, information that you would carry in a report for producing a report for sales and marketing, right? Number of units sold. I'm talking about the sales and marketing. Number of units sold, number of customers onboarded, revenue generated, number of repeat customers, area coverage. Let us say I was selling only in, let us say, 10 cities earlier. Now I've been able to cover 50 cities. My revenue was, let us say, only 2 million until before we adopted this strategy. And after we have adopted this strategy, let us say we are able to make 12 million out of this. Analysis of relevant information. Let us say if we have done profit, what is that has led to profit? Or if we have not been able to attain certain targets, what is the reason that we have not been able to, or what are the limitations of that? Structuring material in a logical and coherent order. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about good, or you want to talk about bad first, or you want to give information to, the higher audience first, or you want to cover the people below you? Presentation in a consistent manner according to the instructions of the report brief. What kind of format you really want to give? Are you working alone on that? You really definitely cannot afford to have too much of graphic information, because you're a writer, you're not a graphic designer. You might want to have a team, or you might want to have a supporting person. Right? Let us say if you're department head, let us say a group of people, let us say 80 to 100 people, you get a assignment to write a report. Then you assume, based on the facts and based on the requirement of the assignment, you might say, boss, it will also require a lot of graphics also that I will not be able to create. So definitely I need one graphic designer. Right? So based on the audience, will also be able to, you should also be able to understand what infrastructure or what preparation is required. Okay, can somebody put them on mute? There's a lot of noise here. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now there are certain format. There are a lot of formats. In fact, in a way, certain report is written. A newspaper content is also a report format. Okay, and the example what I gave you, even the presentation for sales and marketing will have one kind of format. Or project, let us say, reporting a project to my client can be one format. Or reporting a research or study on a certain topic can have one format. So based on a particular style of writing, everything will have different format. But normally these are the best practices, or what kind of elements that a report can have. Let us say a newspaper report. If you see, I mean, of course, all of us must be reading newspaper. So just try to correlate that. It says, headline. One headline that, is a descriptive title that is expressive of the contents of the report, right? Let us say, India beat England by innings and 25 runs today. Is anybody aware of that? Okay, not many men here except Sai here. So India beat England today. Okay, so maybe that can be one headline, that is one liner. Then by line, that means who has written this. You will normally find Sunil Gavaskar has written, or some prominent person has written the name of the person writing the report. Okay, so of course when you're producing a report, you may have your name or there, or you may have the name of your department or name of the company who is producing the report here. Place and date of reporting, definitely you want to include, when you're producing, or whether you're producing, let us say, in India or Switzerland or New Zealand or whichever it is. The opening paragraph, okay. Then you normally start with expanding the headline, right? Because you want to give the punchy. Now, when you're writing for a newspaper, right? It's a news, it's not a plain this one. So when you write in a news way, and definitely it is kind of a what you say, the latest news, or the happening news that you have to write, give the style. So definitely, because your headline will be punchy, so whenever you open a paragraph, it includes the expansion of the headline. That means you have a very explosive headline, and you expand that when you write about the paragraph. That is the reason, if you see, some of the newspapers are very catchy. They will start getting the attention by writing, punchy statements. Then you have account of the event and detail, maybe the concluding paragraph. Then you write, right? So there is a certain format to it, if you see, right? And this is exactly what we are also trying to do in our Excel exercise. We're trying to give, maybe a headline to it, or the headers to it. Then we are trying to add the structure to it. Then we are giving some kind of formatting, right? Paragraph, then we'll have conclusion, something like that. Okay, let us say there is one example, which is say, okay, this is one question that you have to write. Okay, let us say this is very simple. Okay, even a CBSE school students, but a good example, in fact. MMD School Nasik recently organized the science symposium on the topic effect of pollution on quality of life. Your Amit Razdhan, editor of the school magazine, write a report on the event for your school magazine. 120 to 100, 150 words. So following this particular the format, you will have a report on science on, you give the heading to it, a report on science symposium held at blah, 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 by Amit. That is the byline. When you say byline, you have to mention who is this, right? Then you talk about, the opening paragraph, then you elaborate this. Then of course you have a conclusion here, right? Similarly, you have one more example here. And okay, see, this is the link I will give you. Okay, this is the link, 𝐦𝐸 blog report writing format. Now, types of format, types of reports. Okay, we have annual reports. This is normally happens wherein big companies produce a report, how they function, how was the performance, what good they did, where they are lagging, what are the areas of improvements, where they are spending, and how they can attract the investors. Then weekly reports. Weekly reports may be required by your team manager. For example, you are working on a project on weekly basis. You have to produce a report. For example, project report. Let us say every week your client expects to know the progress on that. Let us say if I read this, keep clients and team members up to date on the status of various projects you are working on by providing them with a project report. You're telling them what we are working, what we started with this week, and how far we have reached, how much is remaining, and all that. Sales and marketing reports, as I said, what is the strategy, how you are using, how you're progressing in terms of what you had planned, where you are lagging, where you have outperformed, what are the limitations and what are the challenges, what you look forward to. Maybe research report. And let us say if you're doing a research on, let us say 5G, that's the most happening technology, or let us say you are doing something on, let us say, satellite launching. Okay, you might want to write about that research report. Okay, then you have, let us say, academic report. Let us say you want to study the effect of pandemic on teenage students. It's academic report. How it is affecting them. What is the report? How many of them have been studying? How many have been totally out of touch of the studies? So what has been the effect there? What kind of effect it has on the education system? The exams are not getting conducted properly. Schools are asking for fees, whereas the government feels that the fees is not required. Something like that. So reports are required in all forms and ways. Okay, and what are the elements of reports? Title, table of contents, summary, right? Introduction, body, conclusion, recommendation, and appendices. Okay, you also should know that, okay, this is maybe from their research, that 65% of the population are visual learners. Visual learners in the sense that we prefer, illustrations than content. That means that you should be able to use wisely not only the text, but should also be able to use facts and figures. Only paragraph stories nobody will read. But if you substantiate your content by facts and figures, let us say, let us say I'm producing a sales and marketing report. And if I say, okay, we had invested 2 million in this projects, and we are expecting, let us say, 20 million out of this exercise. So these are the spendings here we have, and out of, let us say, 1 year, we have spent only 3 months, and we are supposed to spend, let us say, 2 million in this quarter, and we have spent this, and this is what the result was expected, and we have achieved that. So everybody would be interested in facts and figures that is substantiated with report. Nobody wants to see, we really cannot shoot in air when we are talking about the reports. Okay. Okay, this is, okay, now how really to write a report, Write the body of the report before writing the introduction or the conclusion. Okay, this again refers to, the kind of activities what we have done. Just to show you an example, I had, prepared one of the sample report, annual report from Infosys, right? Where the Infosys is supposed to publish their annual report to all the stakeholders. Let us say you are a shareholder of Infosys. You see this on the top where my cursor is there. This report comprises of 304 pages. And Infosys report is one of the top class in the corporate. It is well accepted. Most of the people take this as a reference. If you see, they have, a nice branding here. Then they have given some structure to it. They have, a starting to it. Then they have, the global head, Infosys Consulting. They have interviews from all the folks here, to give the branding and to, present their organization. Then at the last, I think you will see the CEO as well. Okay. Then you have CEO. Who is this? Hello, wake up. Who is this gentleman? Do we know him?
Nandani, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So see, this is also a report you see, and this is the CEO, right? Salil Parekh, CEO of Infosys. If you see here, if I go down here, you will see, okay, this is only the interview. Now, if you see later, if you go into the part, you will see how they have covered the information here, right? These are the flow charts. This is the bar graphs. What is the operating margin? These are all, technical terms. Basic earnings per share, returns of equity, number of employees. You see, they have given bars, how much it was in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. That means they are comparing, they are producing a report, right? They have to show how we are faring compared to previous years, right? You see here, they have a header footer here, nicely, what this is about, where are we on the 30th page, year at a glance, what we have done, how we have done previous year, how we are doing in the current year, what is the growth we have, right? Can you imagine that somebody would have written this entire content? 304 pages? Each and everything you see, do you think, is there any magic by which this content can come by itself? Each and every word and each and every element of what you see here actually has been written by someone, right? Somebody has to write it. Can you imagine so much of effort being put here? Look at the consistency here, right?
Will it be done only by a single writer or a group of writers?
No. There is no way that somebody alone will write. There will be, hundreds of people behind this.
Yeah.
There are hundreds of people behind this. And see, they would distribute, of course. They would distribute this work, among the various teams. And this is a huge team. Okay, this is not a joke. This is actually something which is created on the global level. So this has to be taken very seriously. And I myself was there with Infosys for about 10 years. So I know, how intense it used to be. People used to not go home almost for 3 to 4 days, right? Okay, so this is an example.